Let's go to Dave Reeve.
And chat with Erica Enders a little bit. Of course, Erica in Pro Stock. It's been a series of firsts for this female driver. Her first final coming in Chicago 2005. Topeka 2006, your first #1. Still waiting on that first win, although many people think it's right around the corner. But now clinched into the countdown to the championship. Become the first female to finish in the top 10 in Pro Stock points. As you strive for that first win, what does that accomplishment do for your confidence?
Striving for the first win?
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be huge. It's been all about first since I first let the clutch out back in 2004 testing for Victor. And, you know, I've got a really great team. I know I keep saying that this year, but this is the first time I've had a group of guys that we have gelled so well and we have so much trust in each other. And, you know, people are what make a team successful. So I'm very blessed to be in the position I'm in. And, you know, all that horsepower at Cagnazzi doesn't hurt either.
Confidence has not been an issue. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your crew chief's eyes. Has it at all?
No. I mean, honestly, Dave, not to come off cocky by any means, but you know, when I roll up there, I can tell in Dave's voice on my radio, and, you know, I know how I perform on the racetrack and looking at my graphs and whatnot. I just try to go up there with a clear head, and being confident is a key to that. You know, if you doubt yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Of course, it all began back in the junior dragsters. We're going to go back and show you finishing runner-up at Indianapolis in the junior dragster?
Yeah, 94.
Yeah, that goes way back.
Yeah, way back.
When you had lace on the front of the car, what was behind all of that?
Well, the real story is we were loading it up in the trailer and didn't have the tongue jacked up enough, so we kind of cracked the fiberglass on the front, and my mom just so happened to have some lace and hot glue in the truck, so we patched her up so it looked good for pictures, and it just stuck. Laced with alcohol is what we called it, and we left it on there. Still on there in the museum.
We're going to reflect back to those junior dragster days in just a bit. We're going to go right back to Paul and Mike to call this next run.
What a great story from Eric. And back to Dave Reeve.
Those of you that wonder if lace might show up on the Pro Stock car, I just asked her about that, and she said no, the guys might give her a little bit of grief. But in my pocket, I got a picture that we shot and want you to take a look at. This is when we first met.
Yep.
It was you, me, Marl Fisher, a cameraman, and your 11-year-old sister, Courtney, back in 1998. You were 14 then.
She was 11.
Look forward now. Can you believe you've come this far?
Yes and no. It's something that I always dreamed of doing when I was a little girl, and then the teacher would ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? It was always a race car driver when my friends wanted to be astronauts or lawyers. And, you know, it's something that I've set my mind and heart on, and I've never given up, and I won't. And I'm going to keep trucking to find sponsors and stay in a Pro Stock car.
Dave Conley is your crew chief. Everybody knows about Dave Conley, the Pro Stock driver.
Yep.
He's certifiably bad, as in really good. How has he done adapting to being a crew chief?
He's becoming certifiably bad, as in very good. You know, I've got all the faith in the world in him. He's one of my very good friends, and he's done a tremendous job. We actually got to have dinner, and you know, he just came out of the blue and said, you know, I really enjoy, you know, I miss driving, of course, because he's obviously such a talented driver, but he says, I love standing behind your race car.
Really?
I guess he gets a lot of satisfaction out of seeing it go from point A to point B pretty quick.
Well, 2004, Dave Conley was able to get his first win in Pro Stock. It came right here at Brainerd International Raceway. And as you go into tomorrow's eliminations, as we look back at that 2004 moment, you're coming from the #8 spot. You take on Ron Krischer. You feel like you have a car. You feel like you have the confidence to go the distance and get your first one right here tomorrow?
I do. You know, when we rolled in the gates here on Thursday, Dave said, Eureka, I won my first race here in '04, so I think it's your turn. You know, and as far as confidence in a race car to do so, absolutely. You know, we have struggled through qualifying. I believe this is our worst qualifying position this year. And we really haven't shown our cards out there. So I think we've got a lot to show them tomorrow. We have lane choice barely by the skin of our teeth, but we've got it, and we'll try to keep that all day and truck on through.
Well, Erica, it's been nice spending some time with you, and maybe you can get that feeling of deja vu that your crew chief got here back in 2004. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
And thank you for having me.
Erica Enders, she's going to get a win one of these days, so to find out, you just got to join us here on ESPN2 tomorrow. Or come here if you want. Either way.
I say she wins the U.S. National. Or here, maybe both.